Welcome back to another magazine flick through, and this time it is Sega Zone issue 8 from June 1993. So the big things this month is Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition finally arriving on the Mega Drive. We've got the Mega Drive 2, Mega CD 2, and we've got a free Sonic badge which I remember having. So maybe I had this issue back in the day. I don't remember ever buying Sega Zone. I remember buying a couple of issues of what was Zone at that point, before the magazine split, similar to not CBG, Mean Machines rather. Get it right, Dave. Yeah, so maybe I did own this. So a lot of previews and a few reviews. So the Sun saying computer mad kids spending 5 hours a day playing games. Well, it got worse than that. Yeah, I mean when you look at now, I think kids play games a lot more, and I think some people don't like it and some people don't care. Ski virtually, so this would be the virtuality rather headsets. That became popular in arcades-ish, but never hit the homes. Lemmings 2, that's a great game. So what's in the charts? Streets of Rage 2, Road Rash 2, PGA, European Club Soccer, haven't played that one. Lemmings, Megalomania, great game. Desert Strike, Sonic 2, World of Illusion, NHLPA Hockey. So that would have been NHL 93. That is my favourite one. It's a great game. So Game Gear, similar. So this would be ECTS from 93. So obviously Cool Spot is big. Warp by Accolade. That's a little bit like Wing Commander. I really should try and pick that game up because I do enjoy that style of game. Gremlin with Zool. So that came out around this time. This was the Amiga's competitor to Sonic, which I don't think it really was, but it was a good game in its own right. The Mega CD CDX cartridge, which I have one of these, and it allows you to use Japanese or US Mega CDs with European Mega Drives and vice versa, and play games from different regions. CD games, that is. Mortal Kombat's on its way, but if you look at the backgrounds, that's not complete. Wiz and Liz, Final Fight, that was out at this point, I looked at it last issue, and Lawnmower Man with its CGI, which still looks reasonably okay. We've got Konami with the Turtles games and Rocket Knight Adventures, both great games. Psygnosis, Pugsy, Wiz and Liz were coming out at this point. Both of those, two of my favourite games on the Mega Drive. So this it's a magical time for the Mega Drive, really is. So more Konami. So we've got Tiny Toons, Sunset Riders, Turtles. So Rocket Knight would be joining that list fairly soon. And we've got quite a lot of anime. Doraemon. I've got that in the Super Famicom. I didn't realise there was a Mega Drive game. Land of Illusion, that's the Master System. I didn't realise they were still making Master System games in Japan at this point. I thought it was pretty much dead. So this is the new Mega Drive, Mega CD 2. And yeah, it's a top loader. Is it easier to mod? Perhaps. I do like this because it's got the RGB out, so if you've modded it to 60Hz, it's as good as it can be visually. Shining Force 2 Gaiden. Don't remember that. Oh, Shining Force Gaiden 2. Is it Shining Force 2? I don't know. Some kind of light gun with like what was it called? There was a craze, it was laser tag, I think. Maybe that took off, maybe it didn't. I remember reading about that, but I don't think it used the console. And Puyo Puyo, that's fantastic. And so is the sequel as well. Puyo Puyo Su. Letters, Boots, That's not a great advert. There's a lot of text, and it. I know as a kid I probably wouldn't even read that. So we've got the reviewers. Okay, so here we go. This is it. Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. So what will this magazine give it? 95, do you think? Certainly a big spread. Yeah, you want your pad. But the 6-button pad did come out for this game. How long? Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition is set for a simultaneous American and Japanese release in June. The UK date, expect it before Christmas. I have no idea when this actually came out, but you can see there's a 6-month lead time. It's probably for the PAL conversion. Deadly Moves. This must be a preview then, so no review, sadly. No score. Deadly Moves. I haven't played that one. It looks like another one-on-one beat 'em up, but I think with the Fatal Fury games and the SNK conversions, there wasn't really a lot of room left. I had that pad. It's transparent. It's alright. Night Trap. So a magazine that didn't like FMV games, it seems. So the graphics were good, but everything else they said was terrible. I'm not a big fan of that game. Cool Spot. It was okay. Dave Perry, shiny game. I played it a little bit. It didn't seem to grip me. I think it's just maybe the control scheme. But it got 9%. I mean, it's regarded as a good game. James Bond: The Duel. Yeah, that was quite fun. A friend of mine had that back in the day. Flashback. Clearly, this is a classic, and this was one of the first games I bought on cartridge, like physical cartridge, when I bought my Mega Drive back. But I never owned this back in the day originally. A friend of mine had it, 94%. Yeah, it's a great game. Splatterhouse 3, 61. I remember this. You could walk. I think you got different planes that you could jump between. Yeah, 61. Andre Agassi Tennis. Didn't play that. Andre Agassi Tennis. This is the Master System. Haven't played this, but it looks pretty good. It looks a bit low resolution, but pretty detailed. I don't know what that is. Tiny Toon Adventures. So this is another Konami game, and one that I played a little bit, but not too much. Really nice use of the Mega Drive's colour palette. So what will this get? 80%, you think? 90%. Yeah, so it's almost perfect. So it got equal score and everything. Yeah, it's a good game. It's well recommended. I prefer this to the SNES game. So we looked at this on previous issue, the Amstrad Mega PC. I think it's better just getting a separate console. So Sewer Shark, 77%. Yeah, it's really a tech demo. Desert Strike, Jungle Strike. Yeah, haven't played this one, but it's meant to be a better game than Desert Strike. I think it's meant to be a bit more varied, but from what I can see, it plays pretty similar. Clue. Don't know anything about that. It's an import. Is it Japanese? American? Must be American because it's in English. Don't know anything about that. Try before you buy. Turtles. So what shop's this? Rentals. No, that's it's a rental feature. So. Oh, okay, so they're talking about the legal side. Okay, so it's no one particular shop. It's just rentals in general. Yeah, rentals £2-3 for a night, and you can get a few nights. I mean, this is the only way I could ever play virtual racing because it costs so much money. It was £70 back in the day. Yeah, so I think console manufacturers, Sega and Nintendo, didn't like rentals, but I think in the UK there was nothing preventing shops from renting games. And I think for some of the arcade titles, you got it for a weekend, you could master the game, and you finished with it. So I think maybe this is why games became a bit more story driven. I mean, you certainly couldn't rent an RPG. Well, you could, but you wouldn't get much out of it. So yeah, Castle of Illusion, I would say that's perfect length for a rental. Wrestling, so Chuck Rock, Mega Drive, 74%. That was an Amiga conversion, if I remember correctly. Oh no, I'm wrong, it's the Mega CD. The Mega CD version. So what's the difference it's saying? Yeah, not very much. It'll be the intro and the CD soundtrack, exactly the same as Hook. So I used to have that back in the day. And I've got the Mega Drive game now, and it's exactly the same, apart from voiceover on the intro. So yeah, I think now it's just whether you find it more convenient with a cartridge or a CD. I tend to find the cartridge more convenient. Hardball 3, I mentioned before, this was the game that a friend of mine had back in the day, and we got chucked outside because he was getting upset and shouting because he kept losing. King Sam and the Big Catch fishing game. Another import. US import maybe? Again, it's in English. Don't know much about that game. But I don't think they liked it very much. Paperboy 2. Yeah, visually it's not really making good use of the Mega Drive hardware. I would expect that to be a Master System game. It might have done very well. Please don't send in any more cheats for Sonic or Echo. So yeah, here's a cheat section. Monaco GP, that looks like the Master System game. You get your action replay codes, which has probably got it's got a special level. I wonder if that's Hidden Palace. Hyperstone High's really good side-scrolling beat 'em up in a similar vein to Streets of Rage. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Krusty's Super Fun House, haven't played that, but it looks a lot of fun. It's more puzzle based. I just assumed this was more like Bart versus the Space Mutants, but once I've seen this in magazines more recently, it's a bit different. Maybe it's more like was it Mario versus Donkey Kong on the DS? Maybe. I remember that. Terminator 2 joystick. I don't think it's the most practical. What platform is that? Because it looks like it's got 3 buttons. I can't see that working very well. Well, on a console at least, and the Bart Simpson one. These are not really practical. I've got an Alien 3 one, and it looks good on the shelf, but it's not the most useful. So Game Genie, NHLPA Hockey, that's 93. Prince of Persia, haven't played the Mega Drive game. They obviously liked it. 24 quid, it's not badly priced. I wonder how that will compare to the Mega CD version. I suspect it's probably it's just another port by a different company, so it has its own visual style. So someone has been circling these games and they've picked out Turrican and Universal Soldier. Interesting that these guys gave Universal Soldier 4 out of 5. I mean, I like it because it's really Turrican 2, it's just slightly modified. Yeah, it says they can exclusively reveal that it was Turrican 2 in disguise. It's not really if you play the Amiga game. Sega Zone. I remember a couple of these from the shelves. I remember that issue, Sonic 2. I think I remember that, which is Universal Soldier. Yeah, quite a short issue, I think. We're getting towards the end. Some more shops, mail order. What's the offer? To get any Sega Nintendo game for $2.99, what do you have to do? All of them under £3. Please trade. Ah, okay. Trade my game. Okay, it's a trade. Okay, Silent Sub. These look like artwork from the readers. Yeah, I remember them being really violent in this magazine. Some of the artwork was really quite gory, from Zone at least. So yeah, I think that's it. Getting towards the end, so you can get your Menacer with your one game that supports it. That must be a film. So yeah, Sega Zone. Not the best of issues. I think you can tell why Mean Machines was held in such high regard. This doesn't quite have the personality of it, but it's nice to look through. So yeah, I'll leave it there. So this was Sega Zone from June, and the next magazine is either going to be Megatech or Mean Machines. I forget which one is for July '93, but we shall see.